Hi YouTubers. Excuse me. Today is Wednesday, August 5th. Today would have been the day of my lapband surgery if the doctor had not put a kibosh on it. So I thought I would just update you, although I don't have too much to update you with. But at least I thought I'd come on and say hi and tell you where my head is at these days. I thought about that. I thought about the fact that it was my surgery day when I woke up this morning, and it's made me kind of thoughtful about what's been going on in my life and what my future looks like. I've been doing a lot of research about the gastric bypass surgery. I really hadn't done very much before because I just didn't think it was the right surgery for me. And one of the interesting things that I found was, in fact, I put it on one of my favorites if anybody's interested. It was an interview with the man who was the first to do laparoscopic gastric bypass here in the United States. He's in California someplace, and the University of California television station was doing an interview of him talking about the different kinds of weight loss surgeries. And one of the things that stuck out, really astounded me, were some figures that he gave. And I'm not going to swear that this is exactly what they were, but he said that once you reach the point of being morbidly obese, you have only 1 to 2% chance of being successful with just diet and exercise. 0% chance of being successful with diet drugs. And here's where I'm not sure, but I think it was 87%. It might have been 78%. But obviously a much higher percent of people who are successful with weight loss surgery. Now, he defines successful as you've lost at least 50% of your weight and you've kept it off for 5 years. So that was kind of a depressing statistic to hear as I'm trying to decide whether I should go it alone with diet and exercise, or if I should consider doing the gastric bypass surgery. I went out and got a weight loss surgery for dummies. If any of you haven't read it, especially for the people doing gastric bypass, I think this has been a pretty good book for me. I've understood what they had to say, and it covers an awful lot of information. But they too say that once you've reached morbidly obese, you have virtually no option that is truly successful except a weight loss surgery. And for me, that means gastric bypass, since I cannot have the lap band. So I am pretty sure that I am going to have the gastric bypass surgery. They called me yesterday and said that the insurance approval went through, and I expected it to. But no one's called to set up a date with me yet, so I have no date scheduled. I expect they'll probably call in the next couple days. That's the way it was when they scheduled my lap band surgery. But I think that I'm going to delay the surgery till mid-September sometime. There's a couple things going on in my life that I don't want to have surgery interfere with it. Some work things. My budget is due at the end of August, and I've got committee meetings to meet. I work for the county, so I've got to meet with county board members and get my budget approved. And I've got a couple art shows coming up. One at the end of one at the end of August and one in early September. So I think I'm just, rather than try and squeeze it between these different things that I feel obligated and looking forward to, I'm just going to schedule it for mid-September sometime. And that will give me more than enough opportunity to make sure that this is what I want and that I'm just not doing it out of desperation. Although I do have to admit, desperation is part of what's motivating me. But I don't think that's bad, because I think that it must take desperation for us to decide that we want someone to cut into our body, whether it's for the lap band or whether it's for the gastric bypass. One of the reasons I'm thinking perhaps I can do that, several of the reasons I'm thinking perhaps I can do that, is all along I thought that when they did the bypass, they cut your stomach into pieces. If you've ever watched any of the animated pieces where they show the surgery, they show the do-do-do-do-do of the staples coming down, and then they show the smaller pouch separating from the stomach. But they don't separate it. It's just the line of staples that creates the smaller